Hello everyone, how you doing today? Well, before I get up, do some more work, I wanted to explain to you what happened last week with the videos that I took. Of course, this all started last weekend, and it was a pretty exciting weekend, to say the least. Now, I'm going to break everything down for you of what occurred and what happened last weekend. Okay. First and foremost, let's start off with the tracks that I found that morning. I viewed the tracks from my rear porch. So out of curiosity, I wanted to go out there and see what the hell it was. As I went out there and observed the tracks, they were like nothing I have seen before, and I've been doing this for years. And I have documented and recorded many of tracks in the snow and dry ground. Without the snow, in other words. That particular set of tracks, I meant what I said. I have never ever seen that type before. Now, when I observed it, I had something on my hands, so I came back to the house, got my cam, and started recording it, as you know. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, those tracks were made by something I'm not aware of right now, nor do I know exactly what it is, but I will say this. It does belong to some type of cryptid creature. And the reason why I say that is the way the tracks were set up. It's the way the tracks work. If you recall, when I did that video, as I was going down recording it, I did mention that one print I recognized, the other I didn't. And what I recognized, it hit me real quick. See, I was right there where most of you cannot see what I was looking at, what I was observing. Now, that it was a single print of a rear foot with two indentions, not in front of it, but adjoining it to the side. And in each occurrence, they were about anywhere from 5 to 6 inches, adjoining it to the side to the left of it. The single print of a rear foot itself measured 8 inches in length and about 4.5 inches in width. And it had 5 toes. That's right, it had 5 toes. That particular print, to me, automatically hit me right here. It had such a hell of a similarity to primate. Yeah, you heard me, primate. I did read some comments on there where a few out there said those were rabbit tracks. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, man, those are rabbit tracks. I'd hate to see what kind of damn rabbit it was. It was not that at all. That's not rabbit tracks. Look at guys, I got rabbits that live on my property. Like, if I don't know what rabbit tracks look like, no. What I just explained to you is exactly what I observed. It's what I saw. That, without a doubt, was as simple. Well, it was as close as you can get to the footprint of the rear of a primate. And on top of that, there were sections going down the line as I was recording, small gates and then larger gates, and then some of them were even anywhere from 3-4 foot gate. The largest one was an 8 to 9 foot gate. And you could tell that in the video, doesn't lie. You could see where nothing had leaked. And my God, you know, for 8 to 9 feet to the other side, and the prints began again to disappear. My conclusion on those set of prints, there is no doubt in my mind that is definitely from some cryptid creature, which obviously we don't know exists. But I told you before, the Sierra Mountains is a mysterious place. Odd things go on. Now let's get down to the second set of tracks, which I took that same day, that evening. Those were the tracks of hybrids. In other words, Sasquatch. Now, that night when I was recording, I was pretty excited about seeing the prints. You see, they came right by the side of my house. I don't know where they came from. There was no indications where they came from. It's just where they began. That night, I believe I quoted there was 2 of them. Well, I retract that now that I know, because I restudied the prints when I went outside after I filmed. There was 3. It appeared to be 2 adults and a junior. Now, what were they doing that night? Just prior to that happened, I told you I heard some vocalization, me and Stephanie both. That's what drew me to go out to my rear door to my porch to see what that was about. Now, the vocalization I'm talking about is not what you all are usually used to hearing. Now, these, I've told you before, they can mimic animals in the forest, and that's what it was. It was one I recognized. I've heard it quite often in all parts of the Sierras. So, there was 3. What were they doing that night? Well, you see, it was snowing a hell of a lot of snow. It was damn cold. My guess is, since they do live among us up here, they were probably foraging, looking for food, and probably looking for shelter to get out of the environment. And when the junior went around towards the front of my house, you see on my front porch, I usually keep a net across so I don't have wild critters come up on my porch. I believe that when the junior saw the net, and of course it backed off, okay? But nonetheless, there was 2 adults, 1 junior, either 2 males and a junior, or it could have been a small family, male, female, and a young, okay? So, we got that covered. Now, you remember what I told you, that there are people that come up missing in the Sierra Mountains? Remember when I told you that? I don't think a lot of you probably believe me. Probably, yeah, there's people that miss, you know, hiking or whatever. Oh no, I'm talking about something completely different. So, I dug into some good research. And here's what I got for you guys. Okay, are you ready? Check it out. Now, people that disappear. There is, on record, in this one particular area, exactly for the years of 2020 through 2022, in this one particular area, 732 people disappeared in this one area. They just vanished. Disappeared. That's it. In that 2-year time period, on record, still disappeared, vanished. And that is on record, 732 missing people. Now that ain't it. Those are mind-boggling numbers now, aren't they? That's not like a couple. Think about it. Now, what? There's one that's got that beat. There's another area that surpasses the 732 missing people who just disappeared, vanished. Now, the first place I mentioned, you're all going to know this one. Guess what? This ought to blow your mind. The first 732 people that were missing in those 2-year time period, Yosemite National Park here in California. And that's a fact, on record. It's Sierras, just like I told you. The number 1 spot, you ready for this? The Grand Canyon surpasses 732 missing people in that time period. Now, you got to ask yourself a big question. What the hell happened to them? Nobody just vanishes, do they? Nobody just disappears. Now, I got 2 answers for that. One is an obvious one. E.T. abduction. 2, people who just plain wandered off the trail, lost in the forest. That's understandable. 3, do you suppose there really is doorways and gateways that do exist, and maybe they had just walked through one, never to be seen again? I will finish that part with this. In August of this year, there was a fella that was with a group, small group. He went on by himself, disappeared in the Sierra Nevada mountains. In August of this year, has not been seen since. Right now the conclusion is, vanished, disappeared. And they're about ready to give up search for it. Okay? All right. Now, remember I told you that there is cryptid creatures, and some that we actually know of, and the reason I say that is because throughout the years there has been quite a few eyewitness accounts that have actually seen these cryptid creatures, and that's why it was documented. Now, there's 2 particular type I'm going to whip on you right now. And these are the ones I did this because these are the ones that disappear and reappear. Which is where I'm at right now in one part of my research. You all know that. Okay, so you ready? There's this one particular cryptid creature. Now this rascal is known to be extremely ferocious. And he is nocturnal. Now when I mean nocturnal, it does not mean that they only come out at night. This particular one is just like us, or like Sasquatch. He does well in the day as well as at night, so he's nocturnal for night. Now, and this guy can appear and disappear. He has one bad motive. He preys on humans. And particularly the type of humans that, you know, they say, don't stray from the trail, and the ones who venture in the rural parts of the forest. You think maybe some of these people had met this cryptid creature? You all want to know what his name is, right? This one's called Hide Behind. Okay? And like I said, they appear and disappear. Last but not least, another cryptid creature, and I know you guys know this one, devil dogs. Now, with the devil dogs, most of you out there would assume that it just covers a certain canines. That's not true. It covers an array of canines, okay? Such as wolves have come out of nowhere, appeared, disappeared. Even dire wolves have appeared and disappeared. So, and I also believe that, since I'm on this last subject, that I mentioned before, this probably and most possibly covers even including the dog man, who is known to appear and disappear. And there's never any evidence that they've been there. So, only by eyewitness accounts. So there you go. Now maybe you have a little bit of an understanding of what the kind of research I'm doing and what I have been really into. For everybody up here where I'm at, few neighbors I have, and the few of us that live up in this part of the area, I'm telling you, for me, we have them here. Cryptid creatures and our hybrid hominids. Okay? So, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was informative for you. And you guys have a nice weekend. So I know I'm going to. Anyway, you guys take care. I will see you another time. Goodbye.